issue of environmentally protecting and making sure that the sustainable and growing African cities are also environmentally friendly?
I think those issues are all dealt with, and we should bear in mind that the governments that are here also are peopled by men and women of some repute and professional experience, and therefore those projects would not get the go if they are not subjected to government regulatory processes such as environmental impact assessments, compliance with urban planning and physical development laws. And whatever the case may be in the event, the agreements which deal with all of these human issues, because there's really nothing that we do as human beings that has no impact. Just driving a car has an impact, and therefore sometimes we out-expand really the adverse effects without coming to terms that even running a restaurant has an impact, and therefore constantly the impacts have to be mitigated, driven by knowledge of science, regulation and environmental control. And in all of those our projects, we're not only looking out for those, we're also ensuring that the interests of the citizens, what we are persuaded by compelling evidence has been in the best interest of the citizens, or lie at the heart of the decision to take on a concession where we cannot fund it. And we continue to regulate first by law and also by contract.
All right. One of the speakers said in his experience in the UK, they did 20 years and then they pulled up to put electricity, then another 20 years they pulled up to put down power lines. We may not have that kind of ability 20 years to be continuing to meet up with the standard and just the global standard. So how are we going to be at this point in time trying to bring up our standards to electricity, but also make sure that in the future we don't have to go back 20 years down the line and pull up and put down, then 20 years again put down and put down again to meet up to standards once again?
Well, what he was referring to was the challenge of how the city of London rebuilt itself from its historic slum nature. London was helped with hindsight now by a great fire. As I've said before, I don't wish a great fire on Lagos. But London was also responding to changes in technology at the time, and that was what lay at the heart of it. At that time, there were no televisions when they were building London. So when technology came and delivered television, they had to connect their homes. Before then, there was really no case for gas. Most of the homes were powered with coal. And we are going to suffer substantially the same thing, because our world is changing quicker. So almost when you started cabling for telephones, you now need wireless phones, you now need fiber optic link to deliver broadband into homes. So we have to dig up roads again, otherwise we can't be connected, and who knows what's going to happen in 20 years time. Maybe fiber optic will become obsolete, and whatever becomes the demand of the day, we have to respond to. And I have to go now. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.